Sorry about yesterday. It was my fault. We did get notification from BT that they were going to be upgrading the exchange between 10 and 12 and to make sure we had mobile phones charged. but I don't have Restream app on this mobile phone. It's on the other one, and that wasn't charged, so I couldn't go over the mobile network yesterday because my computer's hardwired. A lot of us here in the village have got hardwired computers because, well, it's an intermittent mobile signal we get here. It's not always good. So better get Facebook on board. So that's what happened yesterday. And we anyway, I put the notification out, but thanks to Hugh for doing that, letting you know. Right, that's Facebook on board. Let's have a look, see who's in. Hello, Anthony Ray, Robert Wilson, George Ewan. Hi, Aki's. Who else we got? Hi, Neil. Hi, Ian. How are you? Hi, Stephen. Alistair. Julie. Hi, Mags. Hi, Andy Scott. Brian. Hi, Anne. Hi, Mark. That's Mark Leslie. And Mark Telfer. Let's see if we get any Facebookers in yet. No, that I can see. Oh well. Hi, James. Hi, Woodpet. Hi, Jean. Hi, Graham. Right, we're up to the 50 mark, so let's get this broadcast underway. Okay, it's Andy Truck Davy out the truck and at home in his office in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire, where it is partly cloudy, dry, 3 degrees, feels like 0 apparently. Wouldn't know, I've not been out the door yet. Not been out the door until I feed the cat. Morning, Kirsty. How are you? Hi, Harry. Right, anyway. Shall we take a wee wander through the nonsense in the papers today? Shall we? We'll have a look at the headlines. Well, first up today is the Record. I'll stick it up because this one's going to be a waste of public money. I know this for a fact. Here we go. The Record has exclusive fat cap payoff probe. Lawyers called in over huge exit deals as budget cuts hit. 2 top officials shared 500,000 pension boost. Okay, so apparently Glasgow City Council has called in some lawyers to investigate this. Don't know why. The lawyers will come in and that will be an exit clause in their contracts. These top officials get paid well. And if they're being paid off early, a bit like footballers, there's a payoff clause. And in this case, it looks like it's £250,000 to each of their pension pots. Doesn't surprise me. I mean, if we look at some of the pension deals that some of these public officials got years ago, with the golden handshakes and all that all written in. I mean, these people will have all that in their contract. What a waste of bloody money. Right, and the Herald goes in the same thing. It goes in KC to probe council staff pension payoffs. As I say, but it'll be a waste of public funds. It'll be in their contracts. I can assure you. Next up, we have the Daily Fail. So we'll put it up. Here we go. Freeing prisoners a risk to public, top cop warns SNP. There's a couple of things wrong with the headline, but we'll get to the warning bit in a wee second. This isn't just at the SNP's door. The bill had to pass through Holyrood. The SNP is a minority government. That means the bill was backed by other parties. So it's actually a Scottish Parliament's decision. It's no the SNP's decision. As to risk to public, walking down the streets a risk to the public, crossing the roads a risk to the public. They're all calculable. And I'm sure that the boffins along in the Scottish Government have done their sums before bringing this policy forward and worked out roughly how many will reoffend. And as was said before, final say in whether somebody walks or no goes down to prison officials, the governor. They might be eligible for the scheme, which is estimated to let 300 to 365 prisoners a year out of prison early. But that doesn't mean they'll get out. That's down to the decision of the governor of the prison. As we've seen in the last round, where prison governors said, no, this union's not getting out, that union's not getting out, and that union's not getting out. So, as I say, the headlines rang in so many ways. It's Scottish Parliament that passed it, no the SNP government, they're a minority. If the Parliament didn't want to pass it, they would have voted it down. And as I say, as for the risk to the public, it'll have been calculated. But like you can look up your risk of getting knocked down with a bus, depending on your environment. Goes up if you're living in a city, goes down if you live in a wee village like me. But the same risk with prisoners, and it will have been calculated. Alright, the sun has, we hear this. Now, what makes this one even funnier is, and I don't put the sun up, no, good looking front page today actually. But when we're talking about this headline, and the previous headline, the very same thing's happening in England. Have they got the same headlines? Yes, they have actually. The right wing lunatic rags have been tramping over the Labour government for it and all. So anyway, the Sun has prisoner release scandal. Scandal? Somebody phone Westminster and tell them that prisoner release is a scandal. Right. Nats vote to free more cons. Early. Amid soaring crime rate. Crime rates are no soaring. We had this a couple of months back with the same nonsense, and I put the crime rates up. They're still at a 43 fucking year low. Theft's going up, especially shoplifting, as people don't have money to feed their children. But it's still no massive. We're still at a 43 year low. And we day couldn't in fraud, unlike that mob down in Westminster. We day couldn't in historical sex offences. And yet it's still at a 43 year low. And this nutty rag is telling us that crime rates are soaring. Even in what used to be the murder capital of Europe, the city of Glasgow, I have no fear walking the streets. I certainly don't have any fear walking the streets in my village. Crime has never touched me here. Anyway, absolute nonsense. Oh, and the main headline in the Sun, absolute criminal was the main headline. So the Sun has prisoner release scandal. Nats vote to free more cons early, despite soaring crime rate. What an absolute bollocks. As I said, there is some flights of fancy in the newspapers today, but somebody ought to pull these people up short. There's nothing factual in that headline or the fucking last one. Wow. The Scotsman is a doozy this morning, so I'm going to put it up. Here we go. The Scotsman. Minister told to end policy for higher income tax. Finance chiefs call for change to divergence with the rest of the UK. And what we're being told is bankers in Edinburgh and Glasgow would like us to realign our tax system with Westminster because they don't like paying higher tax. Well, guess what? as I keep saying, John, hit me up, I'm good for a few more quid, but fucking rattle the bankers, they'll get plenty. And if I'm good for a few more quid on my salary, they're definitely good for a few more quid on their salaries. So bankers, go fuck yourselves. Mental finance chiefs. Fuck off. The term's bankers, hedge fund managers. They're all making a mint and don't want to have to pay a couple of shekels more. Here in Scotland, bankers, if you don't fucking like it, fuck off. But here, we spread the weight, and those with the broadest shoulders don't mind carrying a wee bit more of the burden. And that's why I say, John, hit me up for some more tax, mate. My shoulders are a wee bit broader than the guy next door, or the guy next door again, or wee Mrs. McGumford in the corner. That's why we have 6 rates. Just batter up the top 5, John. Go for it. I'm good for it, and I'm sure if I'm good for it, those in the bands above me are fucking definitely good for it. The Times has. Israel agrees ceasefire deal to end war with Hezbollah, and car makers blame EV targets as plant shuts. So it appears that Vauxhall are pulling out. They're pulling out the world. Plants going to get shut. They're blaming EV targets. I'm blaming EV for a lot of things. The one thing I can tell you folks, is somebody who's worked in logistics for a fucking long time. Electric vehicles are not the future of motoring. They're no. Hydrogen cells are the future of motoring. So anybody tries to flog you one of these battery powered pieces of junk that go on fire all the time, or take off and you can't stop, tell me go get fucked. You wait for a hydrogen vehicle to come online. And by the way, the Japanese are already producing them. So the Chinese. And it's much easier to switch the infrastructure over to hydrogen. So believe me, hydrogen is the future, folks. Ah, guy. 141, he's watching, that's no bad. Right, the Telegraph has. Yeah, I'll put it up, because it's got quite a busy. Thanks, Alistair, you're a star. Oh, I've fixed the bank details, folks. I've corrected the error. Right, I'll put up the Telegraph. It's got quite a busy front page on it. Hey, the Telegraph. Here we go. Right, the Telegraph. Electric vehicles rule may be watered down. So because the car plants threaten to go, they're talking about ending targets for electric vehicles or shoving them back. I'll just make that a bit bigger. Bring it down. Business may face more tax raids despite Reeves' pledge. Apparently she's been telling the business sector they won't get any more tax rises in this parliament. No, maybe no. And Ulster banner may be dropped from Commonwealth Games. Oh, I can see that going down well in the Lonely Bin. Huh? There'll be knuckle draggers stamping their feet everywhere. Huh? Mental. Absolutely radio rental. Anyway, let's catch up with this chat. What we got? You've got a Fred Flintstone mobile, have you, Kevin? Huh? I get that, Gordon. But the change here, once that technology's been perfected, the hydrogen will be coming online quite quick, believe me. And somewhere to fuel them will become available very quick because you can use the existing infrastructure. Just change the tanks and the pumps. And that's why hydrogen is the future. Okay. Right. Anyway, that was a Telegraph. The loony right-wing rag, the Express, has Christmas dinner hits £50 after budget mess. So apparently, to put on a Christmas dinner for family of four, it is 50 quid. It's Christmas Day, I spend more than that on booze. Christmas dinner only 50 quid. There's 2 years. 2 years. And I'll spend more than that on Christmas dinner. I probably could do it for 50 quid right now. But it'd be about 12 cans of beer and 2 or 3 bottles of wine light. Anyway, what's the national vote for today? It's got a busy front page as well, actually. Jesus Christ. Right, apparently, Forbes to take on new role as investment champion for Scotland. So do we have a new Air Miles Angus on our hands? I don't think so. She's got a young child, so it must be internal investment for companies that are already here that she's going to be looking at. Then, of course, we've got Sarwar. My U-turn isn't playing politics. Scottish Labour chief denies confusing voters after changing winter fuel payment position following dismal polling. Back in winter fuel payment decision, nothing. What's like everything else Sarwar said. The minute if he ever gets to be First Minister, he'll do fuck all. That's why it's just a noise. Because when asked how it would work, they said they hadn't worked it out. That's because they don't fucking need to. It's never going to happen. Anyway, Israel agrees ceasefire deal with Hezbollah. And Rector slams refusal to ditch arms ties. And that is one of the universities, apparently. Right, that was a national. The eye has. Weight loss jabs for jobless. And Labour's drive to get people back to work. Okay, that then. So let's have that again for the eye. This one actually quite scary. This one is actually quite scary, folks. Weight loss jab for jobless and Labour's drive to get people back to work. Jab for job, no job after jab. This is a contracting economy. Contracting economy. Where the fuck are these people going to get the jobs once you've used them as in an experiment for big pharma? Can you imagine that? They're going to demand, if they decide you're overweight, they decide, by the way. I don't know which game qualified to decide what your BMI is or however they're going to count it. But they're going to give you a job. It's a fucking experiment on behalf of big pharma. Well, by the way, if you don't take this fucking jab, we're going to stop your benefits. Wow. That's how to be enrolled in the biggest medical fucking trial ever. But as I say, a lot of these people who look overweight, they're actually malnutrition. It's actual malnutrition. When we used to see the pictures of the wee black babies, swollen big bellies, we've got adults like that here. When they're eating, the stuff they're eating is such low quality junk because of the amount of money, the pittance they get, and the safety net. £93 a week. Wow. How the fuck are you supposed to pay your rent, your electricity? Well, I suppose your rent's getting covered. Your electricity, there'll probably be a share of council tax, even if it is only a couple of pounds a month. And live. Well, And no doubt you've got to keep £10 of that to one side to run back for it job centres. And you need a phone to be able to communicate. No doubt there'll be online forms you've got to fill in every day to say you're looking for a job. Or that £90 a week. Mental. Absolutely mental. How people are supposed to survive in that, I have no idea. None. Right, where we going next? Have we had the star yet? No, we haven't had the star yet, but that one frightens me. You know, get this job and get weight off, or your benefits is frozen. And then, of course, you take the job, you take the risk, you get your weight down a bit, and then go out looking for a job that's not there. Wonderful. What's the sun got for us? The star got for us today? Let's hope it's something funny. Cheer us up, shall we? The Daily Star. And it's got wrestling fan Donald Trump asks grappler Hulk Hogan to join his mad as a box of frogs government. Incredible Hulk. And this one, Reagan a will like that one, wrestler. He likes his wrestling. But anyway, apparently Orange Man Baby Donald Trump has asked wrestling legend Hulk Hogan to make America fit again. And why wouldn't he? Oh, dearie. Trump is surrounding himself with some right lunatics. And no boffin this time, Mark. I know, disappointment. But at least I remember to put it up. I thought you liked that one, Reagan. You being a big wrestling fan. Anyway, apparently Trump's going to get America fit again, as well as make America great again, whatever else his slogans are these days. That's what I've got for you today. You get 2 hits of Miramora. And coming up, I think it's the 12th of December, we're doing a round table with Reagan Wee on his programme, myself and Jenny, and a young fella called One Angry Pagan. It's alright, Pagan, you're not the only angry person around these days, I can assure you. And you have a lot of grumpy old fuckers like me, that's for sure. And you just look after yourself. Thanks very much to the mods for moderating. Thank you all for watching in such large numbers. Please hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And if you want to, feel free to share. Alright. And I'll be back tomorrow morning, 10:30 to do it all again. Don't be late or your arse will be on the naughty step. That's how that is. Behind me anyway.